Happy Friday! One, are you a fan of Friday? The Friday?
No, not really. I mean, I don't dislike it, but I don't think I've ever used it.
I like the Friday. Okay,
Okay.
yeah, which is unusual for me. Happy Friday, everyone! Welcome to the final day of our Disney week here. This is Doobie, that is Kai Kai, and we are here to catch you up on what's going on in the world of Disney with the Disney Morning Show, October 11th edition. Yay! The crowd goes
You gotta do the
wild.
Kermit arms if you're gonna do that.
No. Um, thanks for joining us all week. Sorry we missed out on yesterday with Hurricane Milton and all that seriousness and just other stuff going on. It seemed like a perfect day to take a day off, but we're back today to close out the week. What's going on in the world of Disney? And we didn't forget about our football picks. We're going to close with those, maybe even with a guest picker. I'm not sure yet, but we are
Ooh.
prepared for that. We are prepared.
We already have our first miss too, so that's good.
I know we are 0-1 already. First time we're picking starting 0-1. Way to go, Peeps. All right, we're going to get started. Same way we get started every week, and that is what they look at the.
Are you gonna say it, or is that what I?
I'm just going to intro that way. Look at the.
Now I know. Now it'll be seamless on
Well,
Monday.
next time I won't, and then it'll just. 93.95 is what we're at this morning. We're 93.07. It's time Wednesday, so the stock is improving lately, which is nice to see. Look, we show this year view, so you can see how far it's come down from its top, but it's actually consistently going up recently.
It
So,
hasn't fallen to the level where Nelson Peltz said he was gonna rebuy it.
so
So there we
we're
go.
looking good. Go, Iger. You're doing okay, young man. All right. I hear
Passable.
there is a rumor that someone has returned.
Well, let's play the bumper and see.
Good morning and welcome back to the LP Disney Weather Report. Zwei, drei, vier, 1, 2, 3, it's easy to see. But it's not that I don't care, cause I hear it all the time, but they never let you know. On the TV and the radio, cha. She was young, her heart was pure, but every night as bright she got. She said, sugar is sweet, she come a-rappin' to the beat. Then I knew that she was hot. She was singin', don't turn around, oh oh oh. Dare commissars in town, whoa oh oh. Let's get to the weather. Anaheim was a bit foggy this morning and will be partly cloudy today with a high of 83. Walt Disney World will actually somewhat resemble its West Coast counterpart, with partly cloudy skies and a high of 82. Castaway Cay is windy today with gusts up to 23 miles per hour. Still, the 83-degree weather will persist. Meanwhile, Lookout Cay at Lighthouse Point will be slightly warmer at 85 degrees. Disneyland Paris is cool tonight with temperatures falling into the 40s. Tokyo will be mostly sunny tomorrow and top out at just 76. Shanghai will also be in the upper 70s with partly cloudy conditions. Lastly, Hong Kong will be sunny tomorrow and stay in the lower 80s for much of the day. And that will do it for another Disney weather update. Have a great weekend and I'll see you soon. Bye for now.
There's no time in there to comment on these. We
I
just
don't
go
know
straight
what
into it.
we can. I don't know. We're experimenting.
There comes that was Ethan is bilingual apparently.
I don't know about that.
Dre safe. All right. Hurricane Milton has passed through Central Florida. Is it even a hurricane anymore? I don't know what's going on beyond that. but
Last I checked, it was a post-tropical
okay.
cyclone.
So it's petering. It's petering. It's probably not much of a
It's
danger
out in the
anymore.
Atlantic somewhere.
Wonderful. And thankfully, it was not, while it was certainly a major storm through much of Florida, I think from what I've been hearing, it was not as bad as many feared. So we are happy for that. But let's find out what's going on regarding it and the Disney parks.
Yeah, so the theme parks are back open at Walt Disney World today. The water park, it's a little confusing. Typhoon Lagoon is reopening to the public tomorrow, but we've heard reports that if you're a deluxe resort guest, it's open, like soft opened today, but that's only for select guests. So for everyone else, that water park will be open tomorrow, along with mini golf courses. Fort Wilderness is going to be closed for a bit longer, probably Sunday. But as far as damage, we've seen, we have the normal tree limbs down and things like that. But there was a bit of damage that Jeremiah noticed to the Polynesian, one of the buildings. The roof had some damage to it. So that's the only major thing that we saw. Obviously, haven't checked out every part of the resort because it's huge. But yeah, hopefully that'll be something they'll be able to take care of relatively easily.
And all 4 main parks have reopened today, correct?
As far as I know, yes.
Yes. And Blizzard Beach, you didn't mention Blizzard Beach, it's just on its scheduled refurb. So
yeah,
the fact that it's open is not hurricane related now. Okay, so things are almost back to normal. By the end of the weekend, they should be back to normal. Play it.
What? Oh, yeah, that's right. It's impromptu. It's in a different order.
All right, so I've got a couple of Milton-related pocket
This is
picks.
a subsection.
Well, there will be no main pocket pick. This is it. But
right.
Yes, this is a subsection of what's happening. We're still in what's happening. We're in what's happening, pocket picks. Which,
if you could see the outline.
I was going to say, if you could see my outline, I am such a fan of outlining that this is literally what's happening, impromptu pocket picks. This is how my mind works. It's very important. All right, so we've got a few, just about 3 here related to Milton. All 3 during the hurricane that were. I thought this is what it's like to be at Disney World during a hurricane. So this is a look at Art of Animation, and I mean this was no joke. People are inside, they're having fun, but outside it was crazy.
Disney even on the following morning, if you checked their weather page, they're like, we're still asking guests to shelter inside till we can assess things. And then they kind of deleted that message. And we're like, okay, now you can go do stuff.
But inside, they were having a good time. So this is a look at some of the entertainment at Wilderness Lodge. And you can see a lot of the dads at Whispering Canyon all gathered to do I'm a Little Teapot, which is just hilarious and a great way to entertain the kids during the hurricane. And one more. This one just makes me happy. It is characters, cast members, guests. This is also an Art of Animation, having a good time, just doing a little impromptu dance party. I think this is the Cupid Shuffle here. So they did everything they could to keep things entertaining in the resorts, keeping guests happy. Obviously, once the storm got closer, I think everyone got sent back to their rooms and just hunkered down while the major part, like the first video you saw, but that's what it was like at Disney World during.
I wonder if anyone we know will be doing the Cupid Shuffle later this evening. Do you think that's a possibility?
What are you referring to?
We'll talk about it later.
No.
I like this ominous. It sounds ominous.
I know. I'm impressed I got the song name right. All right. The big news from yesterday.
That might have been the other one.
What's the one with? No, it wasn't Cupid Shuffle. What's the 5 stomps?
Yeah, I can't think of it.
Crisscross. Rebecca, what's it called?
It's a slide.
Everybody clap your hands.
He tells us the name of the song probably like a dozen times, right?
Reverse.
Yeah, I can sing it all. But yeah, no, the Cupid Shuffle's the one to the left, to the left.
Yeah, it was not the Cupid Shuffle. What is the name of that song?
I don't know. I've only heard it a million times in my life.
All right, over at Disneyland, we have great news. Tiana's Bayou Adventure is coming soon, and they have announced previews for Magic Key holders starting on October 12th, which is nope, that's wrong. Starting on October 21st. Sorry, October 21st. They're doing it via virtual queue. So there is a 7 a.m. time if you have to have a reservation. Magic Key holders with a reservation. Get in the virtual queue at 7 o'clock, or if you're in the park, you can get in the virtual queue, another one at noon. And you can see from October 21st to November 12th, not every day, but almost every day, tons of opportunities, specific times in there. So if you're a Magic Key holder, hopefully you are lucky enough to be able to experience Tiana's Bayou Adventure before it opens to the public on November 15th. And I'm sure our own Michael Celestino will be doing everything he can to make sure he's able to experience it as early as possible.
Or somebody on our team.
It's Mike. Mike's our man. Don't.
I mean, I'm just saying.
Okay. Yeah, we do have someone else out there now, don't we? All right. Have you been watching the spectacular 3-episode premiere arc for 911 featuring B NATO?
Did it cap off? Was it the third one?
I have not seen the third one. It did cap off, but I did not see it last night. Disappointing though. B NATO was really only the first episode, and then it transitioned to airplane catastrophe, which I love. You know, I'm an airplane guy.
Yeah.
But they didn't have to drop B NATO completely.
Well, maybe they're coming back to it.
That's true. I haven't seen part 3, but where I left off part 2 is B NATO caused a mid-air collision, which happened to take out both pilots. Luckily, one of the stars of our series was on the plane, and she is about to land the plane. So,
yeah,
talking exciting.
And how's that? Krause talking about that in the other episode. So,
yes. And how's our show doing, by the way?
Well, apparently the first episode of this B NATO event gained nearly 10 million views over the first week, as far as seeing it on streaming and stuff, and that more than doubles what it got on linear television to begin with. And it's really interesting to see these reports because they all come like exclusives of like Deadline or whatever. It's just Disney being like, hey, since these numbers don't really matter for anything, let's at least promote them so people are like more into it. Advertisers are like, oh, okay, well, maybe I'll advertise on Hulu then because this show's getting a lot of buzz after the fact.
Congratulations, 911. 911's off to a good start. High potentials. Doing great. ABC. Nice going, Mr. Iger. Next up, we have the Lego store at downtown Disney at the Disneyland Resort. It's going to be undergoing a refurbishment. It's not too often shops go under a lengthy refurbishment. Certainly not non-Disney shops, because this is Lego, not a Disney one. But yeah, it's going to have a lengthy refurbishment this fall, opening up later this fall.
I think it's already closed for refurbishment.
You're probably right. But you are right. It opens up later this fall. And starting tomorrow, and it looks like every Saturday for the next 4 weeks, they are actually giving you a little, they call it a make and take. So it's a small activity where you make it and then you can take it with you. Sorry, I'm trying to show the dates here. There we go. You make it and then you take it with you. It's free. It's cute. Something to do since you can't go inside. And they actually made a little IG for it. It's going to be a different one each week. So head on over, Mike, Saturdays.
Cinderella Castle while you're at Disneyland.
Mike should be made aware of this because I know he's a big Lego fan.
Yeah.
I heard that. Usually I don't hear the Instagram. Because it was embedded?
Maybe you fixed something.
I fixed nothing.
Okay. Sounds right.
See if it's because it was embedded. So let's play this. Excuse me, roll experiment. Are you hearing this?
No, because you didn't click the little speaker button.
Now you are?
Now I'm hearing it.
Okay. That's because it was embedded. So now we know. Play the embedded version. Let's see. Kyle, I don't know if you heard, but there was yet another Emmy. Is that correct?
A what?
Emmys? More Emmys?
Oh, yeah. There were more Emmys. Right after. So I think it was the day we talked about this. I was like, oh my gosh, there's another one that came up after they talked about it. So there was apparently this was the Technology and Engineering Emmy Awards, and ILM, Industrial Light and Magic, won an award for the Santa Clauses, not for a Star Wars. And let me see exactly what it was for. It was for Excellence in Production Technology Emmy, is what they won.
I only gave you that story because it was yet another Emmy award.
Yes, but this was for it involves the stagecraft, which is better known as the volume to us. So using that, I'm like, okay, that makes sense. I guess I didn't know that the Santa Claus, I didn't watch it, but I guess they used that as well. A lot of shows that it's not just for like Star Wars and stuff. Like How I Met Your Father used it to create like Brooklyn behind them on the Brooklyn Bridge. So there's a lot of applications. That's why you get a show like the Santa Clauses that.
Which is a good show.
Technology.
And is still on Disney Plus.
2 seasons.
How about that? How about that? I like that show a lot. And finally, we have a new shop, or not really a shop, a new cart opening. This is for you, Kyle. Why am I talking?
Yeah, this is Havila and Co. Did I say that correctly?
And we'll ask Rebecca.
All right, and yeah, so this is a new candle cart that it's you can find at the World, right outside World of Disney. It's scented candles made of 100% natural coconut blend wax. They are big into natural products and providing transparency with consumers about where the ingredients are sourced. So if that sounds good to you, you can find them at Downtown Disney, right by World of Disney, and get yourself some candles that you probably, hopefully you're local or driving, because trying to take a candle back in carry-on luggage or check luggage would be kind of difficult.
You use my notes for that story. I write those notes in case you're not ready for me. You have your own preparation. You just stole them. All right. We are completed with the what's happening portion of our show.
Yes, we are. But we don't have any reviews, so I need to go too. I wasn't ready for alternate.
You know, it's hot keyboard. We are bringing on the lovely, the talented, the smart enough to marry me, Rebecca Mosley, the other co-founder of Laughing Place, with her new do. How you doing, Rebecca?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I am doing okay. Real quick, I can't believe I forgot to mention. Thank you, Roosevelt's. All right. What do you
That's
tell
funny.
us?
I was about to say, hey, Dewey, you haven't mentioned your shirt yet.
I play it safe with Roosevelt since we have an ongoing relationship. Thank you, Roosevelt. I still love this thing very much. Go ahead, Rebecca.
Well, if you can see just over Doobie's shoulder, you can see the stripes of the Bengals. I just returned from Cincinnati. Well, actually from Dayton, Ohio, but I got to fly into this Cincinnati airport. But Killer Brownies, they're amazing. If you are in Ohio, find Killer Brownies. They have numerous flavors. But the reason why I'm bringing that up is because part of the fun that I had when I was in Ohio, we will talk food, don't worry, but I have to share with you guys. I have to share with you guys a little bit of my, hey, how come I don't have a share tab available?
Did you? Oh, did I send you the wrong link? Maybe.
No, hang on. Maybe.
Are you on the end?
Well,
actually,
let me
no,
those
it's
brownies
not.
better than the Bengals this year? I hope.
They are. I've had several, and they are much better.
Okay. Yeah, it won't. It doesn't have tabs to share. It's my fault. So I got to go to Kings Island while I was in Ohio, and it was during the Bengals game. Okay. And they have this location at Kings Island that's called the Fest House, and it's like a very large dining hall. So when you're not looking at the stage, if you're looking elsewhere, you'd see just row after row after row of tables, and then all around the edge are various eateries. It's kind of like an enormous food court. So I think Panda Express is in there, and someplace where you can get like chicken strips and fries. So you have that going on, but then you have a stage, and they have this show called Ghouls Gone Wild. Fantastic show, by the way. Let me share a little. I mean, the talent up here, and what they do is they kind of cheesy spookify songs of the 80s. So you get things like Hungry Eyes, with these really creepy puppets and stuff. So, a lot of fun. But it was Super Bowl. It was not Super Bowl. It was football Sunday. Bengals are playing. They are set up for a field goal that should was it to tie or to win, Doobie? Do you remember?
If it was the Bengals field goal, it was to try to win.
Okay, so it was a field goal to try and win. And seriously, they had set it up. They were just about to hike the ball. What do you call it when you're getting ready to do the field goal?
Hike it. It's fine. Yeah.
Okay.
It's like you don't know football. You're fine.
And the screens all go to the logo of the show because it's 4:30. All these screens. So all these people in there. No. What? And then
that was hilarious.
And then you see You see all these people bolt out of the facility. I'm guessing they know where to find another TV, and people start picking up their phones, and people should start trying to figure out what happened with it. And then, of course, the Bungles, as they're affectionately known by the locals, ended up losing that game. But yeah, no, I had to share with you because sometimes going to theme parks is a little bit different than a little bit different experience.
And if you like football talk, stay tuned. We're doing our weekly picks at the end of the show.
Well, also,
Oh yeah, I guess I could have saved it for then, huh?
because you were talking
also,
about
while
the show
I was
being
in
80s,
Ohio, and this is also food related, we visited the infamous Uranus Fudge Factory in Anderson, Indiana. Their fudge is amazing, by the way. It has a really high butterfat. There's one near you down in Missouri off Interstate 66, up Route 66 down there. But yeah, it was really good. And yes, they do have all kinds of really I will call teenage boy humor, crude humor related to it.
Uranus Fudge Factory is definitely teenage boy humor, and our teenage boy could not stop laughing about it.
Yes, but the fudge itself is super, super tasty. Highly recommend. In the world of Disney, very different kind of. We'll class up the show a little bit. Some sweet treats over at Disneyland Park coming. You will find this amazing graham cracker donut with a chocolate ganache and a little bit of marshmallow, toasted marshmallow. This is over at Disneyland. Oh man, this looks good. I don't know. You guys like s'mores?
I love s'mores. I would definitely be all over this. Totally.
And then they've got Rice Krispie treat. They're finally having a little bit more fun with the shapes of Rice Krispie treats beyond Mickey heads and character silhouettes. Now we've got a.
What is this shape?
This is the Cusco, the potion, the Yzma potions.
Okay, I felt like this is like wine bottle, but yeah, Cusco potion makes sense.
So yeah, so you'll find this on Main Street and over there over in is it called Bayou Country yet? No, not yet, right? So it's still Critter Country over
Does that mean it's probably not Bayou Country till it officially opens, right?
Yeah.
So that means Mike is going to have the chance to ride Tiana's Bayou Adventure in Critter Country, one of the very few.
Oh, that's right.
Cool.
Yeah, because the official changeover doesn't happen. Yep, true. Oh, thanks, Nikki B. So let's see. And then they've announced that new French fry dishes are coming across Walt Disney World. So they have things like buffalo fries, where you're going to get that really spicy sauce with a blue cheese drizzle and some green onions. You can find that in a few locations. That's over at Disney Hollywood Studios. They have that over there. Over at Animal Kingdom, they've got some street corn inspired fries. Well, okay, so this is my thing. So this, to me, these are very similar. One, the amazing magic that they have at Animal Kingdom, that's going to be sweet corn with chipotle mayo, some spiced cheese, and popcorn. But then over in the All-Star Resorts, they're going to have something they call street corn fries, which is a roasted corn relish. Is it cotija? Is it with a H sound there with the I'm thinking it is cheese and then a cilantro. So these are a really similar flavor palette to me.
Side by side.
Yeah, they're not that different. But the reason why I'm fascinated by this on a personal level, they're not in the app right now. I went around looking to, because I sometimes when you well, for one thing, I wanted to share pricing. But like I say, I looked around the app and I couldn't find it either on the view menu or if I was going ahead and placing an order, because sometimes there'll be different food items listed in the app that way. By the way, super tip. If you are somebody who enjoys like seasonal or unique foods, be sure to look at both the view menu tab and the actual ordering tab when you're kind of browsing what you want to eat, because sometimes there's a little bit of difference because for whatever reason they don't quite have it in the kind of order it ahead of time, but you can order it on site. So I have asked team members for Laughing Place who are going to be in the parks soon. I asked them to go check it out because this was supposed to roll out on the 9th. And with everything going on, I can understand why perhaps it hasn't hit yet, but perhaps it's just something that you have to order, on site as well. So like I say, I've got the team checking it out. But if you are interested in fries of varying flavors, you can check out that article that I'm sure will be linked in the notes for the show. What do you think of these, Jibby? Strawberry chocolate fries.
No.
They're cinnamon sugar French fries with chocolate ganache, strawberries, and honey cream cheese.
Oh, so the fries themselves are not actually potato?
No, they're potato, but they're
No.
just cinnamon sugar dusted.
No.
I'm wondering if this would go better with sweet potato.
Yes, sweet potato fries, because you know what sweet potatoes have that regular fries don't? The word sweet, and that goes with this. So, yeah, that would work. But this is a definite no.
Okay, now Kyle, do you eat any of these?
No.
No. I mean the French fry part, but yeah, not the truffle fries. I would probably do.
Okay, so they have these that are just the base. They have over at Magic Kingdom. You can get just like black garlic truffle aioli.
Yeah,
and
see, I don't
Parmesan
like the
cheese.
aioli part, which is where the black truffle is. So maybe not.
Yeah, no, see, that's the okay. So we don't have him either.
Aioli is just a fancy word for mayo, and I don't like mayo.
The one that looks the most interesting to me are the ones that are the barbecue. So you've got the coleslaw and the barbecue on top of it. I'd skip the aioli. I'm not an aioli fan.
I like aioli. I like mayo. Aioli is another word for mayo.
Then over in Shanghai Disneyland, they have a lot of spooky treats coming to the resort. You can read about them in our article that we've recently posted. But I want to let you know about what I would be getting if I was stopping by Shanghai, but I'm not.
You never know.
It's an afternoon tea. Here you go, Dibby. It's an afternoon tea for 2, and it's over at the Royal Banquet Hall. And it has a personal purple chocolate fountain. So this is going to be a white chocolate base because that's how you get that purple, and you love white chocolate. And then it has a black sesame puff, a pumpkin almond tart, a cheese common orange, but I don't even know what that is. But it sounds good. It looks good on the picture. Purple rose macaron, a crispy salted egg yolk shrimp. I don't eat shrimp, so that'd be a skip. A spiced pork tart, also not something I eat. I just really want that purple chocolate fountain.
Yeah.
Of course, you get the tea or coffee. You get a beverage they call the villain eye.
Is that the pink
frozen
thing?
Strawberry.
Yeah.
So it's an afternoon tea that they're offering during this season at the Shanghai Resort. They also have a Disney Lena Bell bucket that's like an autumnal leaf, and it has seasonal flavored popcorn inside. You've got this all over at Shanghai Disneyland, and finally at a place known as El Paparino, a variety of ice cream cones with the chocolate Maleficent horns atop.
This is so interesting. These foods are so much more ornate than what we're used to seeing out here. Even, with really up in the fun food game at Disneyland and Disney World, I don't think anything approaches what you've shown in these last few.
Right? And look at how the cone is dipped in chocolate. So it's like dark and ominous. And then the other thing I discovered is that they have what they call Halloween limited magical offerings, and these it's like a Pepsi partnership. So these are actually takeaway glasses. This is over at the Donald, what's it? Donald, I'm gonna forget the name of the place. It's in Disneytown. But they have it's the Donald Cafe in Disneytown. It's like Donald Dine and something. But that you can take away these Pepsi glasses with Donald's the logo of the restaurant on them, or they have all of these interesting like Halloween dessert items. They have a chocolate molten cake. They have a Halloween magic cup, and it looks like that Mickey that sits on Main Street. Super, super cute. I mean, we've all seen the fried snack platter a million times because that's just the sweetest thing. Donald with all of the onion rings. But this is what was cool to me. The glasses, Dine and Delights. The glasses, you can take those home with you. You buy one set of that. Now, they say once you've purchased that set, then you can register and claim these like little saucer cups with the logo on it from a company called Mirinda, and I guess it's a limited. This is a limited like seasonal dish. Now, once you've done that, then you post those pictures on Weibo, or is it Weibo? Weibo or Red. So that's like the Chinese X social platform. But you post the pictures there, and then you tag it with the hashtag they give you, and you can get this full set. You can get these stickers with like Donald and Chip and Dale. So it's like a seasonal fun that you can do over there by making these purchases and then participating in social. So I don't know. I just thought that's kind of fun. I miss doing that kind of thing here.
Yeah, they just go. Also, by the way, all of these ads that you're showing, they're like top notch too. Things are better in Asia is what I'm learning. When it comes to Disney, things are simply better in Asia. The fact that we haven't been is a crime that should be rectified.
Now, over in Zootopia, at Jumbo's Cafe, which you can, we have some pictures of it from its opening, or you can check out Ordinary Adventures. They actually stopped by and they tried some of the treats. So they really take you through the menu and they offer like little ratings on what they enjoyed. But for this time of year, they have a new drink. It's called the Blue Curacao and Waxberry flavored drink. And I did not scroll here. I have to scroll down to it in our write-up. Let me see. Where did it go? So let me scroll down. And it comes in this, oh, I scrolled way too far. There you go. And it comes in this container with a wolf silhouette on it, and then a sticker that says Halloween, because that's the theme of their Halloween stuff. So yeah, so lots of fun things going on over there.
Oh. All right. Is that Foodie Friday for us?
That's it. That's what I've got. You guys are good to go. I've caught you up on what I know food wise. And when we hear about those French fries, we'll be sure to share it with all of y'all.
Need an update on the fry situation. Do you have time to stick around? We're mostly done with the show. Do you have time to stick around? It's always nice to have a guest join us.
Sure.
All right. So we're going to move on to
And the rest.
They're both black and white.
I don't see why it's so funny when I do it. All right. ESPN has a new contributor, and it is this guy.
I'm back.
Cam Newton, the best dressed
No.
quarterback in the history of the NFL, is joining ESPN, and even more fun than joining ESPN. He was joining First Take. If you're on the socials, you know this guy has takes galore. He has a lot to say. So pairing him against Stephen A should be a lot of fun. That actually debuted today. I may have to go check that out. I taped that on YouTube TV. You have to go check that out. First Take for the first time in a while. But yeah, former MVP Cam Newton, Super Bowl. This may be the biggest game of the year, but I'm not diving on that fumble. Cam Newton is joining Stephen A. as of today.
I think
First Take.
This will get me to give First Take a look.
Exactly. Me too.
Give it a first look.
All right. Give a first look to First Take. It's been a long time since I've turned it on. I'm just not up for screaming at me in the morning.
This next story is not Disney, but it's a place that I want to go. And Kyle's been.
Yeah, Silver Dollar City has announced some new things happening. So this is concept art for an plaza area that's going to be doubling the size of the Great Exposition, where they have a lot of the kiddie rides. And it looks kind of fun. It's got I want to know how many streets in the world have like the hanging umbrellas. I know Dollywood has a section like this, but there's a bunch of like really famous streets that have it as well. So anyway, now it's going to be at Silver Dollar City. In addition to that, they also announced there's going to be a new festival next year. There's a drone show coming for Christmas. and just all
Nice.
sorts of exciting things. They're making a big investment in Silver City in the coming years. I forget how many millions of dollars it is, but it's going to be expanding. So you'll have to come check it out. Every season's going to have something new, probably.
I'm excited.
Let's see. And go ahead.
I'm very excited about the development of regional entertainment because I love everybody having a little place that they can go that's more local. Disneyland and Walt Disney World are fantastic, but it's nice to be able to have something that kind of wet that whistle in between your Disney visits in a local way.
Someone is still in our hashtag. Okay. My turn. Sorry. Aulani has put out a call for character performers 4'7" to 5 feet. Must be local. Applications through October 28th. Only reason I mentioned this is because we're going to Aulani 1 week from tomorrow, and I'm excited to be going to Hawaii for the first time. Aulani, yes. And we'll get
Kyle,
to
we
see.
might have breaking news in random.
Okay.
That's not a place for
Doobie, you can focus on Aulani. I'm excited about Aulani.
The other reason I want to mention this is because in their list of what they're looking for in a character performer, it says having a background in basic movement skills is a plus. Now, I have spent 53 years doing basic movements. I can get from place to place, so I feel like I might be qualified to be a Disney character performer. Kyle, you just... Poster?
I don't know if you can really call it news. You can call it a tease. The Disneyland Resort just put out an Instagram post showing Paint the Night, which is a parade that came to, well, there's one in Hong Kong, but it came to the United States with, I forget, what was it, the 60th at this point? Anyway, hasn't been around for a while. People keep wondering where the heck it is because it's way better than the stuff that they've been giving us. And it looks like perhaps it will be coming back soon, but we have no details.
But this is from Disneyland. This Instagram is specifically from Disneyland and Disney parks.
Yes, Walt Disney World responded to them and said that they're glowing with excitement, but Disneyland is the one that posted it.
I think it is safe to say Paint the Night is coming back to the Disneyland Resort.
If that's not what they intended this message to say,
and they really need help in that department. So.
I mean, they also called their thing Horizons without realizing that they should probably include something about Horizons in it.
That's a good point. But assuming they did not make such a mistake again, this is exciting because Paint the Night is such a good parade, such a good night parade. So this is way exciting. Yay! 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 Great news! Woohoo! All right.
Doobie, did you ever see Paint the Night in person?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Oh, yes. I do not see yesterday's Daily Disney. Did you know? Okay. Well, we won't bother then. Around LP, Cole, who's... What the...
He's our historian. He does all of our history stuff. By the way, Nikki B, I don't know if you can see it, but there's like tinsel in my hair too. It's like blue and turquoise. So I had a lot of fun. I had them add that.
What an intro for this story. All right, so Cole Guryak. Sorry, I went to the story and then I see the first thing is a picture of the hurricane. I'm like, what the heck? This is Extinct Attraction. But Cole, who has his own style, is talking about the closure of Lightning McQueen's Racing Academy. He does a series called Extinct Attractions. And luckily, Disney always closes one just in time for him to do a new column. So make sure you go check that out on our site. The latest Extinct Attraction is Lightning McQueen's Racing Academy. Also around LP, Mike Celestino has a trio of new comic book reviews. So you can go check that out. Mike gets paid to go to Disneyland and read comic books. So you think you've got a rough life. Imagine being Mike Celestino.
Also, the song we were thinking of was Cha Cha Slide.
Thank you very much.
Oh, Cha Cha Slide, of course.
Yes.
You sent me, Kyle. I should have been prepared for this, but you said dinosaurs and alligators. We should focus. What are you referring to?
So I've been looking. I keep getting things on our on my phone for Instagram saying that someone's remixed our reel, and I look and we have a video from Gatorland months ago over the summer where, you know, just a random downpour happened and the alligators were like making noise and you can see lightning. Like, it's kind of a freaky video. And I've been checking. I hope we're not being involved in fake news and misinformation as far as people thinking that this was during the hurricane. But we've been getting like a lot of notifications and comments, a lot of them in Spanish. So I don't know, but we've gained plenty of likes, comments, and followers from our Gatorland video months ago over the past 48 hours.
I'm sorry, I just thought of that. I'm not prepared to show that video. If someone does find it soon, I'll show it a little bit later. But in the meantime, the other black and white.
Yes. Well, I was about to go find the video, but I will hit this instead.
The fun stuff.
This happened while you were out, Rebecca. We got copyright strike for that, so we had to do our own. Kyle had to do his own imitation.
For
just that little portion they didn't like, that tiniest little portion.
That's also when we
9
had
seconds long. It's too much.
We also have some. We had to change our music on our "What's Happening" intro.
Yeah, no, I noticed that you guys changed it on there. That tiny of a portion. I didn't realize that wouldn't be kind of, you know, within the utilization dynamic. Okay.
It was not. So, but this version is so much better. So speaking of fun stuff, our own Luke Manning, as you know, went to Tokyo Disneyland, and he is doing exactly what we love, maximizing the most content you possibly can out of just a few days at a foreign theme park. So his latest piece is exploring the hidden gems of Tokyo Disneyland, from Tony Solorini to the funny Lucas Titter Willis. It's an awesome guy.
Tony Solaroni is the bomb.
So he went and, you know, we all know about the major stuff there, but he got some of the little stuff there. So we definitely invite you to go check this out.
That was one of the few little things I got to do when I went to Tokyo Disneyland back in the 80s. Late 80s was
all that.
Was see the Galactic Pan Pizza place.
What a fun, just what a park. All right. Oh, Kyle found it.
Because I was not in control of my travels, and so I was only in the park for, I want to say, maybe 4 or 5 hours, maybe. So.
What timing? Here is the aforementioned video.
It was creepy.
Yeah, look at the number of likes.
Wow.
109,000 likes on this thing. Way to go. It's a Jeremiah special.
No, I don't think so.
That's not Jeremiah?
I'm pretty sure that's Tony B.
Yeah. Oh, you're right. You're absolutely right.
Because I'm pretty sure Tony was like super uncomfortable standing there filming it, as I recall.
And now I'm very sad. I'm pretty sure Tony is definitely not watching right now, because me calling that Jeremiah video would have just sent him through the roof. And I'm sad I didn't do that. Okay, Kyle. As great as that is, we do this day in Disney history first.
Well, see, I haven't scrolled past that because I don't want to.
I forgot to make it white. So I forgot to hide the text, and the fact that you scrolled past it. Way to go, Kyle! This is all my fault, and I love that new intro. That's so cool. All right, on this day in 1986, you can play along too, Rebecca. A show closed at Disneyland. The only Disneyland show, I believe, that's in the Guinness Book of World Records.
What year?
1986.
Horseshoe?
Yes, the Golden Horseshoe Review closed on this day in 1986. Slewfoot Sue, Pecos Bill.
So you didn't see it, did you?
I never saw it. No.
I saw the Golden Horseshoe Review, whatever they did for I don't remember what year it was, but they did it like a limited time magic revival of it.
We saw it. We saw it once. It was not. It was a little too. It was a little too. I don't know for my family's sensibilities. They decided no, we don't need to journey in there. But I think because it was going to close, it was like okay, we should go check it out before it leaves.
Judging by this clip, it's probably also a little too for 2024 sensibilities. All right, on this day in 2003, an attraction closed at the Magic Kingdom. The only attraction Doobie says should never, ever, ever have been built.
Alien Encounter.
That is correct.
No, is it true that somebody's developing, or is that like a viral joke out there that somebody's developing spooky stuff?
Yeah, no, it's in Los Angeles, like a small theater thing is doing something that's apparently inspired by the attraction. It will have lots of blood. Like if you go to it in the audience, you will get fake blood on you.
Yeah.
As long as it's not in the Magic Kingdom. That's where we're going. This video is courtesy of Jeff Light, DVD and Mouse Steps. All right, on this day in 2007, the debut of one of the most iconic Disney Channel shows of all time, 2007. The Blank family may be an ordinary family with an average restaurant, but behind closed doors, I'm just going to leave it at that.
Restaurant? They have a restaurant?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Tiana.
they did.
I don't.
Everything is not what it seems.
If you can guess it.
Wizards?
It is Wizards of Waverly Place. On this day in 2007.
Did you forget that the family ran a restaurant, Kyle?
I've never watched it.
I can't believe you weren't on it.
I was probably a little too. I did work on one Disney. I think it was a Disney XD show. Technically, I worked. If you watch the pilot for Kickin' It, you might be able to see me wearing like Coke bottle glasses, and like a pocket protector, like full like. I played Nerds on Glee. This was like next level, and there was a part where the director was having us do something, and he's like, "You gotta like look at me," and I'm like, "I can't see." He's like, "Oh, that's actually better." so that was funny. And what was great was because we were the nerds, and there was supposed to be like a fight that broke out in the cafeteria. We were the first ones to run off stage, so I was only working for like half an hour, and the rest of it I was sitting like it was a multicam show, so I got to just sit in the audience and watch them film it.
I'm curious, Kyle. I feel like you're the oddball. Is it normal for extras to prefer to not be working, just to be off screen, relaxing and getting paid?
I mean, it depends. This was fun because sitting in like the actual bleachers and getting to still watch them film instead of just sitting in like a holding room, I found to be really interesting.
Kyle's the only extra who was in it for the money, not in hopes of making it big in Hollywood. Who is this actress? She looks so familiar. Is she still? Whatever happened to her?
Selena Gomez.
Wow.
She's the founder of Rare Beauty Products. I think that's what it's called. And she is on that one show, Only Murders in the Building. And she is going to be in episode 1 of Wizards Beyond Waverly Place.
All right. On this day in 2012, I haven't heard of this one until today, so I'm going to read it. Skylar Lewis, a teenage girl who discovers on the eve of Halloween that she is a 5th-generation monster hunter. Before she can practice family tradition, the monsters will try to stop her. What is this fantasy teen comedy called? A 2012 Disney Channel original movie.
Oh, a Disney Channel original movie.
Our CEO would know, but I don't.
I don't know. Based on that description, you either know it or you don't. You're not going to figure it out. This is something called Girl versus Monster.
Yeah.
Is that what we have to do? Start calling like all DComs from like the 90s into the 2020s? Those can be like Breitbart family classics, just like we have yours from the 70s.
I bet Marshall knows this one. It's not that long ago. This was Olivia Holt. Yeah. And after this show debuted, after this DCOM debuted, immediately after a show debuted, which you definitely have both heard of. It was a comedy told from a pup's perspective.
Dog with a Blog?
Dog with a Blog did debut on this day in 2012.
Now that one I know the CEO is definitely a fan of.
Anything dog. Right after Girl versus Monster. Okay, Kyle, let's play it again.
And it's accurate because we miss more than we get.
All right, let's do our football picks. Are you going to join in, Rebecca?
Probably not, but I do have to make sure everybody knows my current standing. I am in the 99.1 percentile. Thank you very much.
That's disgusting. Well, good thing you're not joining in because you'd kick our butt. Because I'm 500. Kyle's one game over. And this is just straight up, no spread. All right, we both picked the Seahawks yesterday. 49ers won. We're already 0-1 on the week. Jaguars at the Bears.
Bears.
That was one Bears. For some reason, I'm on the Jaguars bandwagon, which is more like a submarine. The Bucks at the Saints.
I'll take the Saints then.
All right.
Let's just keep spreading.
Got the Bucks on that one. Man, for real. The Saints are pretenders. How they beat the Cowboys so badly, I have no idea. The rookie sensation Commanders versus the Super Bowl contending Ravens.
Yeah. Super Bowl contending? Oh, you mean they're contending for the Super? Yeah. I was like, they didn't win anything. Ravens still.
That's such a safe pick, Kyle. I think the Commanders are for real, as much as I hate to say it, because they're in the same division as my team. The Cardinals against the Packers.
Packers.
Don't forget the Cardinals beat the 49ers last week.
I understand that.
Yeah, one Packers too. We've got the Colts against the Titans.
Colts.
2. The second worst team in the league, Patriots versus the Texans.
Texans.
Easy pick. The worst quarterback in the history of football, playing for the Cleveland Browns, which I'm sure Rebecca's best friend must really, really love, given that she's such a fan of the quarterback and the fact that he is taking up so much money. And he is
man, there was so much talk of Deshaun when I was in Ohio. Everywhere I went, it was amazing. However, what was very exciting when I was there was that Siciliano became their broadcast.
Oh, that is cool.
And I'm sadly, because their longtime broadcaster has become ill. But Siciliano, long time Cleveland, and he was Red Zone, and now he's Browns football. Very exciting.
And they are playing what are they? Eagles. This game may go a long way to defining them. Kyle, who you got?
Eagles.
That's the safe pick.
Fly, Eagles, fly.
The Chargers against the Broncos.
Broncos came through for me last time, so I'll stick with them. I'll keep riding with them, if you will.
So the Broncos, I'm going with the Chargers, by the way.
Divisional matchup.
The Broncos, Sean Payton's their quarterback. Bo Nix Sean Payton is their coach. Bo Nix is their rookie quarterback. And Sean Payton just says, he's got a lot to learn. Like, did he say
Ferris Bueller?
Yeah, like Ferris Bueller, he's got a lot to learn. And so Bo Nix came back with a social post where he played that clip from Ferris Bueller and then showed a bunch of Bronco highlights. Not him, just a general bunch of Bronco highlights of other players. And then closed it off with more Ferris Bueller, which is just awesome. How fun is that? All right. We've got the Steelers. Do we even know if it's going to be Justin Fields yet, or if they're bringing back Let's Ride, or against the Raiders?
I don't think he rides anymore. I don't know if we know that. That's kind of an important detail, but I'll just go with the Steelers anyway.
This says, I got some news. Steelers will play Russell Wilson, according to Sports
All right, Raiders then.
Wow. So you're saying the Steelers are going to play, they have the option, and the quarterback they're choosing is making you not pick them.
I mean, Russ could be rusty from not playing.
I'm such a Russ fan. I'm the last Russell Wilson fan. As much as I hate the Steelers, I hate the Raiders even more. We have the Falcons against the Carolina Panthers. Yes,
Kirk O'Shane's going to get them.
All right. The Lions against my have-to-pick-em Dallas Cowboys.
Well, I'll take the Lions then.
Yeah, an easy one for you. The pitiful Bengals against the pitiful Giants.
Bengals. Although that field, if it's at in the Meadowlands.
That's what it is. And then finally, we have the
But the Mets are doing well, so the Giants can't. You can't have too much winning going on.
The Buffalo Bills against the we have a new coach mid-season, New Jersey Nets.
Yeah,
New Jersey
I'm mad
Jets.
at the Bills. I'm gonna take the Jets, thinking that they get that beginner. Even Jeff Saturday won a game, his first game. So Jets.
There's definitely a pump when you change your coach. You get
And Hackett's not calling the plays anymore.
Yeah, that's true. All right. Anything else dropping, Kyle, before we say goodbye for the week?
It's gonna be a minute to go through all these Instagrams.
Use that phrase here.
What?
Although this time I guess you mean it literally.
Yeah.
You said it's got to be a minute. I guess when it's literal, it's okay.
Did you talk on Parks Talk about your adventures over the weekend?
What were my adventures? Oh, like BattleBots?
Yeah. Did you talk about any of that themed entertainment you got to experience?
I can't even remember. No, I don't think I did. Yeah, I have no memory. We did a couple of Cirque du Soleils. We did the biggest Cirque du Soleil, Ka, at MGM Grand. And then we did the littlest, most intimate Cirque du Soleil, Mad Apple, at New York.
It's only like 50% at most Cirque.
And it's true. It's got a lot of non-Cirque stuff in there, but it was so much fun. I actually enjoyed the Mad Apple one more, although Ka is quite the spectacle. It just needs more actual, really cool circus acts. It really only has two great acts. Something I've never seen before, which is really cool, with the vertical wall, and then of course the Wheel of Death. You gotta love the Wheel of Death. And then Mad Apple had a Wheel of Death too, even though it was on such a small stage. So Mad Apple was quite entertaining. And then we also went to see the BattleBot experience, which is where they have kind of some house bots that they battle, and then at the end of the show they have 3 fights for right now for their YouTube battles, which are like their preliminaries, and then ultimately they'll be back on TV, and this is where they'll film the actual BattleBot to try to win the giant nut. And seeing that stuff in person is pretty cool. And then we got the backstage tour, which was a lot of fun. Get to see the bots up close and stuff, and talk to the people as much as you want. If you're actually interested in BattleBots and building them like hardcore, take the backstage tour there. You can talk as long as you want to the people that actually make these things and see them up close, and they'll show them to you. Quite an experience if you're into that sort of thing.
So jealous.
I need to read it. I didn't read it, but there's new release dates for both Freaky Friday, the live action Lilo and Stitch. So now Lilo and Stitch will hit theaters May 23rd, 2025, pitting it against Mission Impossible 8. Freakier Friday will now bow on August 8th, 2025, and I forget where they were previously, so this doesn't mean a lot. But let me check our website, because I will have to do this in master search afterwards anyway. So
give away our stuff. Don't let people know we have a master search.
they don't know how to get to it or what it does or anything else.
That's true. Now I've given away more by bringing attention to it. The Barbra Streisand effect. All right, that's our show. Thanks for joining us. Thanks, Kyle, for another great week. Thanks, Rebecca, for almost 27 years.
I know.
Marriage? Wow, we're old. I'm old.
No, it's funny. I realized that because I was like, oh, I think that's the most I've heard about his trip to Vegas. We haven't even talked about your trip to Vegas yet, because I kind of just got back from Ohio. So we've done too much separate traveling lately, but like I said, in 8 days together. It's weird.
The whole Mosley family is going to
It's really inside baseball as we get ready to say goodbye. Doobie and I, when we founded Labbing Place, he worked at home. We worked together. So we were together like all the time for the first half of our marriage. And then we moved, and he took a job where he goes to work. And now I travel a little bit, and it's gone from like always together to sometimes we're not even in the same state. It's kind of weird.
Great. Well, that's the way life goes. All right. We'll be back Monday to do this all again. Thanks for joining us, everyone. Have a fantastic weekend. We'll see you.